And joined now by a man who knew Tim well, worked with him countless days and nights, long into the mornings at major championships and the players. Rich Lerner, first of all, that was really a sweet, and I think most of us would say who knew him, a spot-on reflection of who he was. What are your thoughts today?
Well, first of all, condolences to Genevieve, his wife, to Molly and Jenna, his two daughters. I was just watching the story we just ran, and I think about that smile. I come into the newsroom, and Rosie and I were like a couple of college kids. We had like a secret handshake. We'd do one of these like fingers out instead of a fist bump, and he'd get up. It was always a hug. And it was, Richie, what do you got, Richie? And he was almost always the last guy out. He worked his ass off. We all know that. I think, echoing the sentiments of the commissioner, and you see all the tributes that are pouring into social media right now by, people in the business, talk about like Armin Katayan and Michael Bamberger, but also you read remembrances from just sort of regular folk that ran into Tim at a tournament, and he carved out time for people. I think with respect to what he did professionally, Tim was always responsible to the exact wording. You never had to guess where he was or what. It wasn't about what he was thinking. It's about what I know, because this is what Justin Thomas's grandfather or so-and-so's coach or so-and-so's sister told me. And oftentimes Tim would look down at his notes because he was reading it to us, to the audience, as it was read to him. And I can't imagine there were a whole lot of times where people came back to Tim and said, you misquoted me. People trusted him. He had a disarming quality, and that's why people share their stories with him.
Journalism is a word that we kind of throw around loosely these days, and I'm not sure that the meaning of it really has an exact meaning anymore, at least not a clear meaning. But it was very, very clear to Tim what his job was. Right. His job was to tell the story, as you said, to get the facts right, and to do it, as Jay Monahan said, without an agenda.
I think, and this is no knock on the rest of us in this business, there's a little bit of performance sitting here. That wasn't what it was about for Tim. Tim wanted to present it to all of us the exact way that it was presented to him. And as we know, in this day and age, that's a rarity. He wasn't a flowery writer, but he was a master storyteller. Because what is getting stories all about? It's getting people to open up and share exactly what happened. Personally, and there's the gang. It's Courtney Holt. Behind Courtney is Matt Hegarty, our fearless and wonderful leader, Ben Dawn, who's now involved in live tournaments, but for forever this was the group live from. And Rosie with his glasses and his bald dome, he sort of looked like the geeky journalist, but you stood next to him. He was a physical force, Rosie. I mean, he was forever that linebacker at Rhode Island. He kept himself in great shape, paid attention to what he ate, really fit, and that's what in part is so damn cruel about this disease. Alzheimer's is insidious. Robs us, robs our loved ones, and Tim was a loved one here, of their memories, their critical thinking skills, their ability to recognize us, and then their personalities, and then it takes them from us. I want to share something, if I could. My wife Robin and I did a charity golf tournament for a long time in Orlando, Florida, about 20 years, and Tim never missed it and always made a donation. It was to the Palmer Hospitals, and I asked Robin to just please write down her thoughts, and she wrote, Rosie was a mensch. You know what that is, a person of integrity and honor. You will all, I'm talking about in the audience, your audience will remember him as a wordsmith, always prepared, dedicated, and well-liked. I, as my wife, will remember him as a gentle, generous soul, generous with his time, with his earnings, with himself. He was fit, he was funny, he would go toe-to-toe in a golf conversation or debate. He was a joy to be around. Tim was just an all-around good guy. That's it. I mean, my wife and I talk about this all the time. We try to tell our boys, say, hey, just be a good guy. I don't know what else to tell you, but try to go out into the world and do good and be good, because the world could use a few more good guys. Rosie was a good guy, and damn it, you know, we lost a good guy today.
Who would have thought that you were only the second best writer in your household?
You know, one more thing, Rosie, excuse me, Jimmy. I mean to be too negative, but you know, we're all a scan away. And you're sensitive to it. You get to our age. We're all a scan away. Tim's calling card was to document stories, and then cruelly he lost that ability. So maybe it is a good idea for you at home, all of us, to keep a journal. Tell your grandkid a story. Right? Tell them your story. Don't wait 2 Christmases from now to tell that story. Get it down. Get it in a piece of paper. Get it on your phone. Whatever it is, you know, I don't know, maybe you played minor league baseball back in the 70s or 80s. You don't think it's important. Get it down. Share your stories. Rosie's was a life, I think, obviously cut too short, but it was a hell of a life.